Hey guys, I just want to make a video about being yourself. I feel like I figured it out. I'm 30 years old, and definitely didn't figure it out when I was younger. Um, I heard a lot of people say, "I don't care what people think." As growing up, you hear that. Just be yourself. Honestly, that just went right over my head because I felt like I was myself. You know what I mean? Um, I felt like I was like, what do you mean I'm not? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, well, I'm just living. Like, I don't know. I guess like I just didn't have that that thing of like, oh man, like whatever. I'm being fake. But as I got older, I think I really know what it means to be yourself. Where there's so many pressures in this world, and I think influenced by Satan, honestly, because it comes from like a place behind the people. It looks like it's coming from people, but it's demons and stuff like that. Where just at the right moment or whatever it is, they're peer pressuring you a certain way, when God is saying go this way, or you know what I mean. And it's spiritual. It's a war. And so once you realize you don't wrestle against flesh and blood when you're about your day every day, um, that you are um, trying to be swayed and influenced by demons and spiritual forces. You know what I mean? That's serious stuff. And what I've learned is that it's hard to stand up for what you actually are thinking. Like, that's who you are. You know what I mean? As the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is a man, or whatever. But that's the deepest core of who we are, is our thoughts, and it's mixed with our desires, right? But the thoughts are the things that, like, for example, your thoughts are like words more so. Like, if there's like God, literally, like, our thoughts are like sentences of words, right? And they can be written down. So I'm thinking this, that, and the third. It's like I'm not speaking out of my mouth, but just as if I was speaking and somebody was listening, they can write down every word. In the same way, our thoughts can be written down, right? But our emotions can't, like our desires can't, like the other part. I think that's more the heart, right? The mind and the heart. The mind can be written down in words, while the heart is not necessarily words. It's like feelings and desires, but they can be put into words. So if you have this weird feeling, and then it's like translated up to here in your brain, I want that ice cream, right? Or uh, like, I don't know what I'm hungry for, right? And it's like you're translating because you feel something down here, like you're hungry for a certain food or something. Oh, it's Chinese food or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with. Now, we are evil people as well, right? So we got evil thoughts and evil desires. But the whole thing of being yourself is to acknowledge all this, man. Like, as deep as it goes, like, you start to realize who you are when you go to the deepest part, especially like even your evil desires, and you're like, man, that's bad, or you know what I mean. You get to that point where like, yeah, all right, you know what I mean. Like, you know who you are, like good and bad. You know what I mean. I think the bad is more easy to figure out about yourself, because it's like the good is a little bit more hard to grasp, because we're we're such in an evil and corrupt world that I don't know what it is about the good. But anyways, what my experience is that once you figure out who you are, even like as far as your how evil you're, like, everybody's evil in different ways, to be honest. So like, people say in different ways, what's your vice, or what's your thing that you deal with, or whatever, right? Kind of like in that way, and you figure it out though, and you get to the bottom of it. Like, some people, it might be like hatred that can lead to murder or something, right? So some serious thing that's deep down, right? But somebody else, it could be like covetousness, and it leads to stealing or something, and they deal with that. And some people, they don't deal with any murder type of thing, or any of the Ten Commandments. Right? They don't deal with certain. One person might deal with one particular commandment, versus another who might deal with another evil that is deep rooted in them, and that they have to acknowledge. So this is part of getting to know yourself and knowing yourself, and going from there, which is, I think, a big step. I think once you know that part of who you are, you're more humble. You can attack, you can defend yourself, attack, get help, once you get to that point. But I think, just as this the fear of death, these things we want to throw under the rug, right? All fear in this life, the core fear is fear of death. So you might be feared of spiders, but honestly, you're scared of spiders because it might bite you and you might get sick. And why are you scared of getting sick? Because you might die, So all the root of all fears is death. So, but we're fine with saying I'm scared of roller coasters, I'm scared of spiders or stuff. But and everybody, and some people do gotta deal with the fact that they're scared to die, and you gotta wrestle with that. And so that's getting to know yourself. Why is this sin so difficult to deal with, or whatever it is, this part of me, right? And these are all things of getting to know yourself, and then going from there. I think we have to get to the bottom of everything in life before we can really, like, not everybody does it, and it's fun, and they can live successful lives and they can go on and do great, but I think if you truly want to live life to the fullest, I think getting to the bottom of everything, like when they say somebody hit rock bottom, it's one of the greatest things that they go through, as long as they don't like commit suicide at rock bottom, as long as they don't quit and they don't start doing drugs, right, at rock bottom. If you hit rock bottom and you begin to get up from there, everybody knows this is one of the greatest things you can ever that happen to your life. If you can hit rock bottom and then begin to get better from there, it's one of the greatest things, because you you don't fear as many things anymore. And one of them is, and this also goes with knowing yourself, right? One of the biggest things is like this fear to be fear to be made fun of by others, or looked down upon by others, or excluded by society, or alone. You know what I mean? Right? And in school as kids, it's like you got the popular kids, which is the extreme opposite of that. They all have friends, they're happy, and da da da. And then you got that loner, the weirdo, whatever it is, on the other end of the spectrum. And we're scared of that, and that leads us to be like sheep in the midst of groups. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying sheep isn't a good thing in this way. Like, we're sheep to our group of friends. We're just a group of sheep, and who are we following? And I don't know. We're following each other, but who's leading us, right? We're just like going with each other. Well, before we say something, we're looking to the right and to the left and see if you're already lost. Like, you're so far from getting to know yourself if you have to look to the left or right before talking, or before, and I used to be like that. I feel like, unknowingly. I think a lot of people are, and they're okay with that, and they live life. But I think once you can get to the point where you're not scared to be made fun of for who you really are, you see what I mean? This is the thing. It's not about saying the right thing at the right time, but if you can say words of who you are, like I said, you're getting to know yourself first, and even the evil part of yourself, and obviously the good parts are, like, I like pizza, or like, I'm trying to like break it down like simple, right? I like pizza. Like, if you're in a room full of people that that are like talking mad junk about pizza, oh, can you believe pizza? They're fake. They're such a fake food. It came from, and then they're naming some kind of like higher quality food, and they're like, they're talking mad junk about pizza. And then they're like, okay, guys, we're gonna do this exercise. We're gonna say, everybody say their favorite food, and they go around the room. One person's like something like calzones, and some other person's like, oh, I like quiche, and like, it's like, and it comes to you, and they're just talking mad junk about pizza, and your favorite food is pizza. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? And I've learned that when you step out and you say pizza, it like makes people laugh, because you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's honest. We just talk mad junk about pizza, like, but that's the devil testing us, and obviously that's the stupidest life example I can ever give. That's not a serious thing, but that's what we get faced with, is why can't we be real about who we are in certain situations of life? It's difficult at different situations, but the whole point of this video is to say, it's definitely, I think, better that if you can get to the point where you can be honest about who you are, anything like that, in a serious thing. I think if someone's a real diehard Christian, really, and then one day they're faced with like we're gonna shoot you, or we're gonna take away this or that. Are you a Christian now? Like, you know what I mean? That's like kind of like what it leads to. That's like the ultimate, like, no, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I read my Bible in the face of opposition, whatever, you know what I mean? And obviously, even that on a lower level, kids get made fun of for being Christian or going to church or whatever. But that's a higher level, and even in other religions too. Muslims, I'm sure if it's not cool to be a Muslim in certain places or something, or, it's anything. But the point is to be real with yourself. And I think everybody will be better if the more and more people are real about themselves. The way God created us was unique, so you gotta make sure that you just you're able to be yourself. And um as far as just trusting that God created you that way for a reason, whatever it may be. Obviously, the things about us that are bad and flaws, like I was saying earlier, we gotta face them. We gotta face them. Well, don't throw it under the rug. And the point is to overcome those things. So we don't murder. So we don't steal. So we don't, different all the 10 Commandments, right? So we must acknowledge them and face them, and be able to be open enough to be overcome them, right? If we love stealing so much, that's hard. But you gotta acknowledge it, know that it's wrong, and say, God, I love stealing. It's bad, but you gotta change me, because there's gotta be a way you can change me, Lord. Help me, But also, it's just like, and I'll just be real with you guys. I'm really a loner in my life, because I just feel like I don't know what to do in life a lot of times, and I just kind of resort back to like square one. Like, I don't want to step out if I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, or if I don't know God wants me to do it. So I'm always just stepping back to ground zero, which I'm not, like, I think it's a good thing for me, because I'm not scared to be alone. So I'm like in this lonely place and just waiting for God, but at the same time I'm happy, like, you know what I mean? I'm living life to the fullest, and I don't need other human beings at this point to fulfill me. I'm fulfilled in life, you know what I mean? Through knowledge of the truth, through God, through Jesus, through everything that life provides. But I would love to interact with people a lot more. Even this YouTube channel is definitely stepping out a little bit into that unknown. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I'm done making YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Because of that willingness just to, like, just be like, yeah, why would I make YouTube videos on the internet? I should go out talking to people, and it's like, yeah, I'll just stop YouTube. I don't care, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess I just make another video right now for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't need, like, I can definitely stop making YouTube videos. This could be my last YouTube video, guys. Let's just say that. This can be my last YouTube video. If you watch this, God bless you. And I hope if anything good, we just go forward with that. But yeah, God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in real life. Let's just say this is my last YouTube video, because I'd rather be in real life, you know what I mean? So God bless you guys, and I'll see you around. Peace.